now. Kevin, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Good to talk to you. Listen, for everybody who's joining us, the Lemonade Stand, if y'all don't know who Kevin Ross is, I mean, he's a Grammy nominated
Right,
songwriter
right.
artist. So welcome to the Lemonade Stand. I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. One time for the DMV in the building. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the
I was just
love.
about to say, we got to get into that because
Yeah.
how much does go-go music influence your music, or like how the way you create a song?
You know what? I take go-go music into like my live performance, just like the call and response
Mm,
and just like the
mm,
interactiveness of it and like how to keep something fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like we know
mm,
that BYB and
mm,
TCB and Red
mm.
Essence,
Come on.
they've been doing their thing for, 20, 30 plus years, and they
Yeah,
have sets every week. So it's like how do you keep it fresh? You know what I'm saying? For the
right,
people that come and rock with you every week. The city ain't
right,
but so big, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So they do, they have a formula, you know what I mean, in order to keep
Mm,
people, coming to the show, you know what I mean, every week. So I think
right.
that's kind of where I take from go-go is to just kind of use that live aspect to say, I'm going to do this show over and over again. And for the people that come to different cities, how do I keep it fresh and how do I make each city feel like a different experience? Even though I'm singing the same songs, we have the same set list.
Mm,
How do I make it fresh? You know what I mean? And
yeah.
and I not even like, how do you say it? Like give each city an identity. You know what I mean? In a way.
That's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your favorite go-go song? Like, if you hear said song, you beating your feet. Do you beat your feet? Does Kevin Ross beat his feet? What's
I
good?
used I used to. I used to. I used to. I used to I when I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? I owned the phone posits and the
Oh,
Jabot jeans and
okay.
yeah, I
Wait,
had I
wait.
had the whole
Real question. What do you call your mom? What do you call your mom?
it depends. Like I mean I still call him mom. It's just
Do
MA.
we get a mother? Do we get a mother? I'm just trying
Nah,
to see
you
how
know what?
DC you really are.
I never really I never adapted to like the vernacular. You know what I'm saying? Like I've
Yeah, you
always
have a
been like
hard accent.
I've always been like the sore thumb in DC where it's like,
Mm,
wait, are you from DC? It's like, yeah, like my brother talks like that, my aunt talks like that. It was just the fact that I've always been the one that was just like, it's like, man, you talk weird. It's like
yeah,
whatever. Like I don't necessarily say mother on mothers. You know what I'm saying? Or father. But I
right.
think it's dope though. I mean, people from DC, like we know, like even with Martin Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole
Yeah,
Shanae character was built
yeah,
off of women from DC. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, and I think that's really dope because, like, even with everybody that comes from DC, we can recognize something, from, their material, like
Hmm.
it materializes within their
Yeah.
product, which is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel you because I'm from Texas, and nobody
Yeah.
from Texas believes that I'm from Texas. I don't have an accent. I've never had one. They think I'm from like the Midwest, so I completely understand. But
Yeah.
one of the things I was gonna ask you, and this is just a personal thing,
Yeah.
your voice can get real churchy. So was that a church influence? And if so, what church in the DMV raised Kevin Ross?
You know what? The church that raised me is Emmanuel Baptist Church. Shout out to EBC. I'm out in
Okay,
Southeast, Angel
okay.
Place to be exact. Yeah, that's kind of where I got my bearings. Shout out to Connie Lawson as well, who's our choir director. Yeah, so I mean, you know, I'll say this: like, I wasn't like in church every Sunday, but you know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
saying. Like when we did go, when my father became a deacon, you know what I mean.
mm.
Like
Oh, you started singing the
that.
solos after that. They was like, Kevin, get up there, sing that.
And I mean, even then, I didn't have a churchy voice, and I still don't. You know what I'm saying? But you learn how to sing with conviction. You learn
Hmm.
to sing and mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you learn to appreciate, the difference in your voice. I ain't going to do a song that requires me to like squall at the
yeah,
end of it and hoop and holler because
right.
that's not what God called me to do. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
Okay.
You know,
I feel
I
you.
take all the smooth songs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Give me a Smoky Norfolk. Give me
Okay.
something
Okay.
that, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something you can vibe with. I ain't mad about
Yeah.
it. And speaking of your journey and you being a songwriter, I had this conversation with Eric Bellinger,
Yeah.
who is known for writing some of the most major hits that we love. He's
Yeah.
really like the pen behind some of our favorite songs. And you also Grammy
Yeah.
nominated writer for Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with him, and I kind of want your perspective because
Mhm.
I don't want to tell you what he said, but I wanted to see if y'all have a similar opinion. I talked to him about what is it like as an artist, because you're an individual artist yourself, but
Yeah.
also writing these songs that get this notoriety, right?
Mhm.
um and it gets to a point where sometimes the songs that you write are more popular than you as an artist, or get you more recognition,
Yeah.
than what you're doing on your artistry. Not to mean that you're not a dope artist, but you
Mhm.
know what I mean.
Mhm.
Like, he's written hits for your favorites, and he
Yeah. I
was
mean,
talking
even like
about
On Chill. Shout out to Wale and that On
and
Chill
I'm
record.
jacked off of that. We talked about that too, because I was devastated by that. But like when you do that, you've written a song for Tony Braxton that was
Yeah.
Grammy,
Mhm.
nominated. So
Yeah.
as a writer, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like you're lending your craft? Do you feel like sometimes, dang, I wish I would have kept it? What do you think? Like, what is your thought process behind that?
Uh, I mean, you know, God has his reason for everything, but as long as that check come through at the time that it's
Come
supposed
on,
to,
as
sometimes, you
long
know,
as it clears.
sometimes it's for the funding. You know, it's for the funding of
Okay.
your endeavor. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing is just knowing like, you know, where you fit
Mm-hmm.
and what's going to work and best facilitate for the moment. So if I, you know, I have Art Society Music Group. So
Mm-hmm.
if I have a placement on somebody and I know that this placement is going to be way bigger on them than it's going to be on me because I don't have the money or the
Mm-hmm.
finances in order to feed the beast, then how selfish or foolish would it be of me to hold back a blessing that could contribute financially to
Mm-hmm.
my endeavors? To say, so
Yeah.
when I do have that song that fits me, that matches my voice or whatever, and I want to take something somewhere, then at least now I can finance it through my own gifts. I don't have to
Right.
loan or borrow or beg. I can use the ability that God has given me in order
Mm-hmm.
to now outsource my own. So, you know, and that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons why, yeah, we
That's
were able to
dope.
go to
That's a
radio
dope
and
way to
all
look
that.
at it. That's
Yeah,
a dope way to look at it. I love that answer. Um, so now let's get into this project, okay?
yeah,
Audacity Volume 2. Now, I was gonna,
hey,
speaking of
so,
church, I did want to talk about this. A lot of this album has a lot of Christianity God references.
yeah.
So talk to me about kind of where your head was. Was it like I started making individual tracks and then they all started kind of coming together, or was it a theme that you thought of from the beginning?
I think it was just organic, to be honest. Like, I think,
Mm,
you know, for people who like know what I do, like I'm an R&B artist, but I'm a, you know, a God-fearing man first. So, you know, like my job is not to shove religion down your throat. You know what I mean?
mm,
That's not where I sit. But um, what I do advocate for is the fact that like I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be on any platform. I wouldn't have anything that I do have without God. And so,
yeah,
you know, God holds me accountable to make sure that I tell my story. It's my truth.
yeah.
It's not anybody else's. So I don't want for people to take that to be like, nah, you know, I'm low key a gospel artist. I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I'm just a creative at the end of the day
Yeah.
who loves God and you know, and just loves to tell the story because you know, I still have my moments. I got my ratchet moments. I got my, you know what I mean, my reckless moments, and
Right.
sometimes I could be a reckless writer. You know what I mean? I've
Yeah.
had platinum records being reckless. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just because it's not on my voice doesn't mean that it came from my
It didn't
mind,
come from your mind,
regardless.
right?
But you know, but God is working on me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the
Listen,
day.
listen. God put it on your mind. God put it
Yeah,
on your mind so you
yeah,
could, fuel your passion, which is to tell
yeah.
the world about the Lord. You see how
Come on,
it's all
listen.
coming
It's.
together.
I'm telling you, it's a part of my. You know, I wouldn't even say ministry, but it's just a part of my story. Like at the end of the day, like God saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Like He
Mm,
put music into my life. He created structure. He gave me purpose. You know, when I felt hopeless. You know what I'm saying? He saved
mm,
my life on multiple occasions. Like physically ill when I was younger, I could have been taken out of this earth. You know what I'm saying? And it was really by God's grace. And He made sure that I knew that when the doctors was around the bed, dumbfounded, like, You know what I'm saying? Like, you a miracle child. You dig what I'm saying? So that carries with me as a man to say, you
Mm.
know, the goodness of God, his faithfulness. You know what I mean? So he's given me a great responsibility. He sowed a seed into me, and you know, he trusted me. He believed that I would be
Mm.
a tiller of my own land and my territory, and I got to digging, start sowing. You know what I mean? And sometimes that harvest, you know, can take a long time, you know what I mean, to manifest, but it will. You know what I mean? As long as you breathing, you know what I mean, God gives you another opportunity to go at it. You know what I mean? I believe in divine alignment too, which I know a lot of people may not really get into or, you know, understand. But it's like divine alignment. If you got a situation that's for you, it may require 10 other people, you know what I mean, in that situation. So you may be ready, but God got to get the rest of the 9 ready in order for
Mm.
that actual moment to happen. Because it's not just God moving through you, it's moving through everybody else in that situation. You know what I mean? That's how connected we are. So, you know, when something ain't working or happening, you know what I mean, or clicking, I can't be mad because, like, who's to say that God ain't working on my behalf already? You know what I'm
Hey, yo, listen. I mean, what
saying?
what what verse are we turning to in the Bible? Somebody in the comments said, "Pass the collection plate." I mean, you see, I just zoned out because you was talking to me. I don't know if you knew that, but you was talking to me. I was like, I mean, come on, young man, preach. See, I am churchy. I grew up in the church. You about to have me cut up. We could cut on an organ right now, okay?
Come on.
Kevin, Kevin, don't do that.
Hey, my
Don't do
bad. Listen,
that.
you know, I gotta tell the story how it's supposed to be told, you know?
Come on.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Lord, your first song on the album is "God Is a
God is a
Genius."
genius.
It
Yeah.
made me smile. I feel like you were talking about me. It's such a little feel good song that makes me like, I'm listening. I'm like, that's so cute that he would say something like that about me. That's how I felt listening to it. You didn't know me, but I was just like, what are you talking about me? Like,
Hey,
it's
it's all
cute.
good.
I loved it. It was cute.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, that cute record has went #1 on what is it? Sirius XM radio, Heart and
Yeah.
Soul, which is really dope. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. It's one of those songs that was kind of like, it was a slow burner. But
Mm.
it's like the little engine that could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
and it
came
picked
out.
up.
Yeah, it picked up, and it's still, it's still moving, still chugging. So it's one for the
So
catalog for sure.
So tell me though, who inspired that song? Who was the? I mean, you ain't got to say names, but like, what was
Yeah.
the situation? Like, who inspired that song?
I have a collective of memories that that I hold near and dear to my heart.
You know what? I
Yeah.
ain't gonna say nothing because I'm DMV based.
It's a
I don't know
it's
who
a
you talking about, but
collective.
she could be in this chat, and I ain't gonna have you do that. We ain't gonna do that. Okay.
It's all
So the
good.
next song I do
Yeah.
/ options.
Yeah.
Um, that song threw me off. Like, so when I do my notes, just a heads up,
Uh,
I
yeah.
I I do notes first off my first reactions, my first thoughts when I hear
Hmm?
certain things. So walk me through this.
I like
But
it.
the first part I kind of felt like you were fighting for the patience of love, and then the
Hmm.
song flips to options, and then
Uh,
it's like she got options. So tell me where your
uh,
head was at when the transition, because at first I felt like you was like, oh, I'm gonna be so patient, long suffering for love, and then the
uh.
next part was like, she got options. What's good? And I
Oh no,
don't.
but
What's up?
so in the course of that part of options, you have options with me, right? So like in the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing, it's like, it's throwing fits and Bonnie's like a toddler. This whole time,
Mm-hmm.
she's still with me. She's still, you know what I mean? Like, we're going through what we're
Mm-hmm.
going through. It's just the fact that it's like, she ain't gotta suffer while she with me, and she can love me and still enjoy these the fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? Or of our labor. So
Yeah.
it's you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, out of all the options that that we can both have in a situation, we choose each other. I just said it in a you know in a
Mm-hmm.
cooler way,
In
in a
two
in a
different ways.
less
Yeah.
like heartfelt way. But yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's the same sentiment. It's just the fact that I love the contrast. I love contrast
Mm-hmm.
between songs to say, okay, like, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
anybody to feel like they could peg me to say Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Ross is going to do this kind of song. He never
Yeah.
fails. He's going to always give us this. Like, and I've had people send me songs, and like no diss to anybody who sent me a song, but it always comes off very like sweet and endearing, and so much so that it's like, wait, do I sound like that? Was like, let me take you out on a date. Hey girl, wanna love you and marry you for the rest of my life. Ooh, right? And it's like, nah, I don't think I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're saying you're sweet, Kevin.
I understand that, but like I'm not gonna say those exact words in the song to be like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, then I could die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry.
First of all, with your voice,
for the sound
you really
effect.
could sing the alphabet, and we would be pressed. Like, don't sleep.
Okay.
Okay, it's a couple artists that can sing the alphabet, and I would still buy the album. Just A through Z.
I don't know about all that. But
JoJo could do it. JoJo, that's
and shout out to Shamina. She said Reckless Cam is alive and well, for sure. Reckless Cam is definitely alive and well, and he comes through records from time to time.
Oh, through records, because I was gonna say if he reckless, I could get to asking the questions now. Because I'm reckless too.
Hey, I actually like these kind of things. I never get nervous on the interview because of the fact that I just feel like I can handle anything.
Oh, okay. Well, let me look up my list.
I might have barked up the wrong tree, but
you definitely did, because you don't know.
What the hell? Let's go.
Remember that. Anyway, let's go to the next song.
Yeah.
Remind you. Okay, so I have a quote. I'm sorry that I ain't the type to tell you. What's the hardest thing? Because it seemed to me that you're very blunt, what you just said. What is the hardest thing that you've ever had to tell somebody, even though it was the truth?
That you can't handle the truth. You would rather for me to lie to you than for me to actually.
What was that thing though? What did you say? Like, what was the thing that they could not handle? That. Okay, Kevin, you trying to play with these questions?
No, I'm not playing. That's a real thing. That's a real thing to say. Yo, you know, it's volume 1. It's like, would it kill you to be honest? It's like, shit, I lied because I love you. You lied because you love me. At the end of the day, it's like certain people just can't handle it. Like, and you know from like experience where it's like, I could tell them like exactly how I feel, but it's going to come off like, you know what I mean, like extremely different. So sometimes you gotta curtail, just like in our business, in our industry. Like, you ain't gonna tell your boss like, right now you're getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need for you to get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your honest opinion. That's your honest reaction. But then you got to dress it up. You got to be like, you know, right now I don't have the capacity to respond right now. If you could give me 10 minutes, I can come back with a response. Thank you so much. Right? Some people like it packaged like that. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know what I'm saying? So when I say that, the level of honesty and transparency, you know, like, shit, I got thresholds that I don't want to get past. I don't want nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be the guy to sit there, you know, and be like, and be at dinner with a woman and be like, so how many men have you slept with? I don't want to know. I'm like, Mario Winans for that. I don't want to know. It's certain things that you need to keep to yourself.
Wait, time out. What's too many for Kevin Ross? What's too many?
I don't know. Cause okay, here's the thing. All right. So I don't mind someone I don't mind someone who's been around the block. Okay. As long as they ain't been on the same street that I've been on. That's it.
Why? Why do it matter though? You just don't want your boys to know what your girl like?
No. Who would? That's like if you're like if your home,
like you're
like if your two homegirls smash me and then we go out on a date, wouldn't that be awkward that, you know what I mean, I got two bodies of two of your best friends, you know what I mean, on my person, and then I'm trying to knock you down too?
Yeah, but see, the difference is I don't share it all. So, I hear you. Touche.
I'm just saying.
Have you ever told a woman that she was bad in bed?
Nah, because women can't handle that honesty. They can't. They couldn't. They can't handle that because they don't.
So is it more constructive or is it more just
it's very constructive. Yeah, it's very constructive because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, even when I started off, there was a woman that told me that I wasn't good at certain things, and she had to teach me. And then as I got older, I had to understand that like that didn't work for every woman. So then I had to curtail.
I tell people that all the time. Like, I don't genuinely think that people are bad in bed, right? Because one man might suck your toes and it might not be it for you, but the next man might suck your toes and it might be everything. So
I do believe in people being bad because being bad is being lazy and not being thoughtful either. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being selfish.
Well, it depends on what type of sex that you're into, though. Because there are some people who get off on pleasing their partner while other people are just in it for themselves. So it depends. Some people have really self-seeking sex. So,
and let me tell you something. Yeah, that's it. No, I'm just saying. And that's the reason why certain people shouldn't be having sex with particular people to begin with, is because of that very fact. You have, like, unequally matched people getting in bed with one another, assuming that they're going to be the right match, and then it just be a whole shit show because they shouldn't have been in bed to begin with. And it starts with conversation. Like, if y'all ain't even got great conversation and you looking at their body like, oh my gosh, I'm finna wear this out. And it's like, most likely y'all not going to jail in bed. Y'all not going. It's not like the sparks finna fly.
Time out. So you're saying that you've had a conversation with a woman and the conversation was equivalent to the sex? Like, wow. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever.
I'm not saying that that's the, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the golden rule, or like,
right.
That. I think that when it pertains to sex, it's it's a partnership. It's a, it's like, it takes two.
Yeah.
It takes two. Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody said it was like, you gotta know a person before you have sex.
Yeah, and this Tinder, I don't know, Bumble, microwave relationship era, a lot of people ain't waiting to get to know folks. So
facts.
I'm just asking.
And I appreciate it.
Inquiring minds just wanted to know. All right, let's get to number 4, overthinking. This song just showed me that you are an overthinker, which I am exactly one. So when I was reading this, I was like, this is me. But there was a line that you said, I'm always in my head about, am I doing too much? Am I doing enough? Am I there for the people that I care about? Do I even have, do you even feel like those thoughts? Oh, I was sorry. Now I got to my question. Do you feel like those thoughts have led to insecurities in your past relationships? Like overthinking or becoming consumed in thought?
Insecurities on my end. I don't know. I haven't been insecure in a relationship since maybe, I don't know. Like, I was very young.
It's been a while.
I mean? I think, it's been a while. I mean, and it took a while too. Self-worth. So if something don't work out, I always look at it like it just wasn't meant to be, or her loss. But I always carry my worth with me, not in like a cocky way or braggadocious way. Just like, you got to know what you bring to the table. You know what I mean? In order for any relationship to be successful, I'm not here to drain anyone. I'm not here to blood suck or even to be a crutch for anyone either, emotionally, physically, whatever. I just know what I bring to the table. So, I'm clear from jump.
Okay, grown man, do that. All right, let's go to number 5. Everybody here wants you. Now, explain the song to me, because the line that said, I know everybody here wants you. I know everybody here thinks he needs you. I was confused on that line. Like, so, and then you're like, I'll be right here to show you. Explain the song, because I was listening and I was like, you waiting on the sideline for a woman? What is this? I'm trying to paint the picture.
So the song was written by Jeff Buckley. So Jeff Buckley, known for Hallelujah and Everybody Here Wants You and a couple of other songs. So we decided to do a cover, but pretty much, I mean, I know everyone here thinks they need you means that, like, when people see somebody and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta have them. I gotta have them tonight. I gotta, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, like, I know everybody here wants you, but at the end of the day, I know that you're curtailed for me. And me only. You know what I mean? They can think and they can believe, you know what I'm saying? But
Only.
It's for me. Yeah, it's for me.
It's for you. Yes. It's the her for me. No, okay. Because I was listening and I was like, I'm trying to think. Like I said, I write down literally my thoughts so I can ask you. Okay. Number 6, pray for me.
Yeah.
This is interesting because, you know, Russell Wilson always said that it wasn't Sierra's prayer. It was his prayer.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you talk to God about your future wife, what qualities do you ask him for?
Honestly, I mean, someone who is God-fearing. You know, someone who's going to put God first, you know, because we got to be intertwined. You know what I mean? It's like, what is it? What did they say? I'm going to paraphrase as far as like within the Bible, as far as like, you know, 3 strands, you know, tied together is more stronger than 2, you know, at the end of the day. So it's just about having that strength and understanding like God's going to be the zenith. Then it's us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then it's everything else. And so, you know, someone who's righteous, you know, not perfect, but someone who understands, like, you know, like who gonna help us get through this life together.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I mean, I have a prayer, and I said a little bit of it as far as within it, you know, as far as the interlude of like what I'm looking for, the difference between someone praying for you and praying on you.
On you.
You know, it's a lot more people praying on you than praying for you. You know, they'll pray on you because of how it looks or how it feels, or what you do deliver or what you bring to the table. But it's like, well, that same person, you know, when you're not at your best, pray for you. You know what I mean? Pray with you. You know what I'm saying? To get down there to the level. Yeah, because sometimes here's the thing: you could be up, but the person that you love, you know, if you down and out, they gotta get down to the level that you at to love you and bring you up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like it's a 2-way street. But yeah, I digress.
Yeah. No, listen. I feel you. Okay.
Yeah.
And then 7, salvation. You've been so in love that you feel like somebody was saving you?
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, you know, and like my songs have double meanings too. You know what I mean? I always love that when like,
I like that.
Yeah, so like God is a genius, the same thing. Like you could, you know, you could be talking about a woman or you could be talking about God. You know what I mean? Right. Salvation, you could be talking about a woman or you could be talking about God. I love those kind of songs because they just have more shelf life to me. You know what I mean? And they have more use like in the future where like I always think down the line. I always think like, damn, okay, well, you know, what if a woman wanted to sing this? All she would have to do is just change these words out. Or what if, you know, Kirk Franklin wanted to use one of my songs? I was gonna say
the youth Sundays. Youth Sunday songs.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like and there's nothing better or bigger than those kind of records. And so for me, it's about, you know, at least practicing that to say, okay, like, you know, if you're gonna be an artist and a creative, like be a creative for the people and not just for one genre. But like try to stretch it out as much as possible. That's what made Stay With Me by Sam Smith so big, was because like you could be talking about anybody. You could talk about a damn dog, a spoon, a fork, whatever. Like anything, like anything that could leave you. You know, so those are, you know, the very like I think songs that bring essence. So yeah, Salvation is like one of those songs that I you know, practice and attempt to create that felt like it could work across all genres or platforms.
Yeah, I feel you. That's dope. No, yeah, it was good. I felt like it was a story almost. Like it kind of took me through, but it's kind of dope now that you say that it's a double meaning because again, in my mind, listening to it, you know, just fresh ears, I felt like it was kind of a love story about a woman, but it could be about God. So that's
it could be about anything that you wanted to be about. I think it's about, you know, how people go into it and what their expectation is. And now that's a question for you. What was your expectation of the project? Did you look at the picture and think automatically that it was going to be about something, or what was it? What were you expecting?
I don't know. So I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I listen to things. Like I said, when I do most of my interviews, I listen to the album and I literally write down quotes that stuck out to me. So I kind of go with a blank canvas. I don't go with an expectation. I mean, I know you can sing your ass off, so I was expecting that minimally, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
I have no expectation walking into a project. I'm just interested to see like what you're going to say. Because one thing, I love doing interviews after an artist puts out a project, because a lot of artists reveal a lot about themselves in music. They're not going to say this in an interview, but in their music they will. So it's for me as an interviewer to be like, now on verse, like you heard me saying quotes, because I'm really about that life. You know what I'm saying? Like I genuinely enjoy getting in your business. So, you know, for me, I don't listen with the expectation of something. I listen with the ear of what can I learn more about this artist?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm a fair person to ask.
No, you are. You are. This is who we make music for. We don't make music for ourselves. We make music for people to listen to, and we're interested in how people consume it. I know how I consume music. You know what I mean? And my way of consuming music, it may be a lot more reckless than others too. Because I'm like, oh, such just got something. I'm gonna throw it on, and I'm gonna do everything else, but damn near not listen to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's how because that's how I listen to music. I listen to music in a way where it's like I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think too hard about it. I'll be like, one, does it feel good? Does the energy feel good? You know what I mean? And if I feel the energy's right, then I'm gonna circle back around and be like, okay, that's hard. Let me see if they talking about something. And if they talking about something, then I become a little more connected, and then it becomes you know, one of my favorite songs. But if it's just, you know, whatever, like, you know, you gotta scream from me, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I ain't never playing that song again. For sure.
So I work in radio, so like listening to the same 3 songs over and over again, like I be so burnt out with music. Like that's why I literally have to take time to like sit and listen. No, that's what I'm saying. Like I have no expectation, because literally like I'm so burnt out by radio. Like listening to it, saying the same songs every 3 minutes, which is not my choice, by the way, for everyone watching. But
I know, we know. We
you know, they don't know. Like
I know. So, you know.
So I be burnt out. I ain't gonna hold you. So when I interview people, I have to really set aside time to dedicate, to dive in. I look at lyrics, I play it. You know, I really try to get into where your headspace was as an artist. But sometimes that's why, like I said, I was like, I don't get this song. What that meant? What was you trying to say right there? Because what that say? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell that mean? So I know you did a couple months back a song with Trevor Jackson and Jacob Lattimore called Real Black, and it was in the wake of the George Floyd protest and, you know, national uprise of Black people. But in the future, who would you want to work with? Who are some people that you really want to like work with? And I mean, that could be writing and or like actually on a song with you as well.
Anybody. I'm fair game. I feel like I work well with others. Just, you know, people be weird.
Past kindergarten.
And I'm just like, nah, for real. Sometimes you got to say that, be like, you know, I work well with others. Because sometimes people be like, oh, Kevin be in his own world, and, you know, he don't really need nobody, and X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, well, you know, you should stop being an ass and stop assuming. And, you know, just get this work. Get this work. You feel me?
You are so lucky I don't got a glass, because that was a lemonade sip right there, honey. Okay, I don't know who.
Nah, I'm just saying, man. I think that people be in their head, and it's a lot of artists that just overthink. They be like, okay, well, you know, how's this gonna sound, and, you know, is it gonna make me look crazy, whatever. You know, I think sometimes people miss that true connection of like really like finding somebody that they can genuinely gel with as well, because they so into how it looks and how it, you know, like their numbers match minds and the algorithms and all that stuff, that it's like whatever. So for me, it's like, all right, well, I'm just down to work with whoever's dope. Like, and shout out to there's an artist in Australia by the name of Shredder, and I was on Twitter, and I was looking up something, and then something came into my mentions, and it was like, I love Shredder's version of Cruise more than Kevin Ross. So I did a song called Cruise a couple years back or whatever. So I was like, I didn't even know there was another version of it. I was like, well, let me go and check that out. I mean, fire. And I heard it, and I was like, God damn, I said, this joint is hard. It's hard as hell, right? So I'm like, yo, who is this girl? So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I'm doing my research. I'm like, okay, like her name ain't like regular on Instagram. So like, I really went into my stories and was like, help me find this girl. Like, I need to know who she is. And sure enough, like they gave me her, you know, all my followers and fans and family and supporters and all that. They gave me the information, so I reached out to her and was just, you know, kind of letting her know, like, yo, one, you dope. Two, let's work. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't about numbers for me more so than it is about the ability. One, it was flattering that she you know, recreated the song, but then like she bodied it, and so I was like, damn, okay, well, you know. Sometimes you gotta, you know, you gotta know when. You gotta know when to say, you know, if you didn't kill my song, then just imagine what you could do with the other stuff that I have. So let's work. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of my spirit to begin with. That's the reason why Real Black kind of manifested with Jacob and Trevor, is because I mean these are just two guys that are super cool, and they were like, yo, if it's dope, I'm on it. Like there ain't no question about it. There ain't no, hey, you know, well, you know, I think that such and such is too big for this. It's like, yo, it's hard. Let's go and let's make it happen. And I love working with people like that. You know, that wasn't our first time working. Like, Trevor and Jacob had a song called True Shit that I wrote 2 years ago on their projects or whatever. And I've been working with Jacob, you know, for a couple years now as far as on his project. So I have a history with people, you know, and so like I said, I'm down to work with whomever wants to work. It's just don't be weird about it, you know?
Yeah, don't be awkward.
Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, this industry is interesting. But speaking of working with people, you have started a new show, the MashUp Show. Tell everybody about that and how that kind of came to fruition, because we know you're the king of mashups. So,
you know, thank you. You know, you said it. You said it. You said
I said it for you, brother.
Well, hold on real quick. Where is it at? You know, I keep it close to me. You know, we got the MashUp Show.
Oh, come on, branding.
Every Monday, 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. You can go ahead to my page, Kevin Ross Music. This past Monday we had Jade Novah, who is an extremely talented creative force. Last week the week before that we had SWV. The week before that we had Keyshawn Bryan, we had Avant, we had Adrian Marcel. We have some people, and we got Jacob and Trevor next week.
Oh, that's gonna be a fine episode. Come on.
Yeah, we got Jontae Austin. The first week of November. Come on, man. Listen, we out here.
When is my episode?
I'm trying to get it.
When is my episode? No, just kidding. There's no episode for me. Ever.
But you know, I mean, you know, the MashUp Show really kind of transpired. You know, I just wanted to give people roses. You know, I do it in my mashups a lot. You know, so I just wanted to create a platform because it's like I've never done hosting before, and it's something where why not? You know, especially within the pandemic, it was like, all right, cool. Like I was literally trying to get on to someone's show, whose show will remain nameless because it doesn't matter. But I was like, yo, you know, let me create my own platform. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm tired of reaching out to people and they be like, nah, you know, your numbers and you're not this and that and X, Y, and Z. And it's like, you know what? Instead of me trying to cry and complain about being denied, I'm going to make a platform now. I'm going to, you know, to carve my own path. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, for me, that's just how I, you know, respond to those things. I don't get mad. I just try to make a better platform or to create a better space. So, you know, it's you know,
you got the legends on there, so damn thing, okay?
Yeah, so tune in every Monday, 8 p.m. MashUp Show. MASH is an acronym, Making Art Shape History. So that's what we do. You know, we make sure that we toast and give homage and respect to those who deserve it. So, you know, from young and old, for sure.
No, that's dope. Yeah, especially I gotta catch that Jade Novah episode because she's a beast.
Oh no, she's hilarious, man. Super gifted.
Super, like TikToks, the impressions, the actual just vocal
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Now I ain't gonna hold you long, and I know sometimes singers gotta warm up a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but I ain't gonna hold you. A
Uh-huh.
flower of mine is to give singers they flowers,
Uh-huh.
and I love your voice. So I
Oh,
mean, if you just
there you
wanted
go.
to sing me a little something, like you was just trying to.
Singular song.
Just like imagine us out,
Uh,
with the beautiful sunset, and
uh,
imagine, I don't know, that you were trying to croon me. I just need to
uh,
feel like I'm in a place right now, and your voice will set the tone, okay?
oh man, I don't know. I don't know what to sing. Um, you
Matt,
give me something.
you said something earlier. Actually, have you seen on the They Got Range page, everybody's doing the SWV Rain On Me challenge?
No, I didn't even know they were doing that.
Yeah, it apparently was on TikTok a couple months back, but they brought it back, so now they're asking people to do it again. But that's always a good song. But I'm not. Listen, whatever's on your heart.
I don't know, man.
You
You
can
know,
really take me to church too.
I'm a,
I ain't mad
I'm
at that either.
I'm always go with it like a Stevie Wonder joint. I'm just trying to see now
There's a
which
ribbon
I
in
wanna.
the sky.
Oh my gosh, the old classic. Okay, all right.
Okay, let
Oh,
me
so
pretend.
long.
Hold on,
Oh,
let me
so
act like we're on the date.
long. For this night I pray that a star would guide you my way to share with me this special day. Without ribbons in the sky for our love. If allowed, may I touch your hand? And if please, may I once again, so that you too will understand. Without ribbons in the sky for our love. Do 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 do
Come on.
do. There we go.
Yo, look,
Flaws and
I
all.
lost my
Flaws
whole
and all.
earring. I lost my whole damn earring. You know what?
Jeez
It's time for me to go because,
Louise.
see, people should see. I wish I had a shoe to throw right now.
Oh gosh, you're far too kind, man. Flaws and all. Thank you guys for bearing with me for sure. Yeah.
It don't make no sense. People like you don't make no sense.
Here you
Like,
go.
y'all
Here
don't
you
make
go.
no damn sense. Talking about here you go. You took. Don't get me started, please, Kevin Ross. No, you know what? All right, listen. So promote what you gotta promote because you done stole the show, honey. I ain't got nothing left to
Here
say.
you go. All right, so listen, guys. Make sure that you follow me at Kevin Ross Music, MashUp Show every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, Facebook Live. That is Kevin Ross Music, all across the board of all social media platforms. Make sure that you go and get AB2 or Audacity Volume 2. We are working on Audacity Complete to close out this year. Make sure that you stream Real Black on all DSPs as well, featuring Jacob Lattimore and Trevor Jackson, in which they will be on the show next week as well if you want to check that out. And check out our convo. Let's see. I know I'm probably forgetting something, but I thank you. I thank you for your hospitality and just being a great host.
Man, listen, I don't got no words. Like I said, you just get it. But listen, if y'all relate to the conversation, make sure y'all follow me because I'm gonna post the interview tomorrow. I try to be on my stuff, so I'll tag you and post it. So make sure y'all follow me now at Leah A Henry. Okay, period. Poo. And when you come, are you in the DMV? You in LA? Are you East Coast? Where you at?
I'm on the East Coast. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry. And make sure that you guys vote too, please. I just got my mail-in ballot. I'm sorry, my thing keep moving. I just got my mail-in ballot. Was that like on Friday, last Friday or whatever? So make sure y'all vote, man. It's imperative for our voice to be heard, especially now. Like our life depends on it. We don't want for things that are happening in other countries and across the world to happen to us. So we want to make sure that since we have the freedom and we have the right to democracy right now, that we use it to our full advantage. So please make sure that you vote. our life depends on it, you know. So yeah, even if you don't think that it's gonna make a change, you'll be very surprised that it will. And we don't
And
want
let's,
those. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
well, I was gonna say, and let's also be clear, honey, if y'all see how hard they've been trying to make sure people do not vote, you should
Come on now.
understand there is power in that. So, touche,
Absolutely.
touche.
Absolutely. Please vote, 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 vote. For sure. Show up to the polls. Even if you gotta wait, you got a phone, or get on Instagram, kill that time. Make sure you pack a snack. Or if you got it through the mail, get it through the mail.
Hurry
Do
up
early
and get
voting,
that done.
whatever that you do, because we need to change. And pray for Nigeria as well, man. For they're going through it. They gotta end SARS, they gotta end that, terrible police force that they have, and we're
Isn't it
not too
crazy?
far from that either. You know what I'm
Police
saying?
brutality is literally worldwide against Black bodies. Like,
World,
isn't that insanity?
man. Listen, that's a whole nother
Yeah, that's a
thing we
whole
can
nother.
get
You
into.
ain't gonna, we
You
ain't
know
gonna
what I'm
do that.
saying? Like, listen,
Listen,
we can dive in, but you know what I'm saying? That's on you. You know what I'm saying?
listen. We ain't gonna do it tonight, but another night. But that's exactly why you gotta go listen to his song "Real Black," because it is addressing the issues that are, plaguing the Black community and the
Yeah,
African diaspora around the world. So, again, it's just important to be informed. It's important to make sure your voice is heard in our next
yeah,
election, and it's important to read up on information. It's a lot of misinformation, and just be very cognizant of what you input in your mind before you know where it
yeah,
comes from, because right now there's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff to make sure people are uninformed. So do your
yeah,
research, get your votes in, drop it off, do what you got to do. But child, we are voting for
yeah.
our lives this
Come
election.
on.
You know what I mean? Our lives. So as Kevin said, get to it.
Get to it.
Get
All
to it.
right.
Well,
Thank you
Kevin,
so much, Leah.
thank you so much, y'all. Like I said, make sure y'all follow me at Leah A. Henry. Should be in the little corner at the top, because I'm going to post the full interview tomorrow and Kevin singing and serenading me. So anyway, but Kevin, thank you so much. Congratulations, and keep up the work, brother. We rooting for
Thank
you
you.
in the DMV, brother.
All love.
All love. Good talking to
All
you.
right.